For example, if we wanted to interchange the nozzle for the foam cannon, we take out the nozzle by pressing the spring lock. So first, put the detergent into the detergent tank using a funnel. Then push and hold the lock button on the spray wand, and then install the detergent tank onto the spray wand. Do not use household detergents, acids, alkalines, bleaches, solvents, flammable material, or industrial grade solutions which can do damage to the pump. The foam cannon orifice has got a piggy bank slot and a hole at the center of the piggy bank slot. The smaller the orifice hole size, the greater the pressure. The Greenworks foam cannon and the orifice does the job, it's pretty decent, but because I want increased pressure and increased capacity, I have purchased an aftermarket 2 daily foam cannon. It's got, a detergent tank capacity of about 900 ml as opposed to the Greenworks foam cannon that's got just about 400 ml. The orifice diameter in the 2 daily foam cannon is about 1.25 millimeter. So I have purchased an aftermarket orifice that's about 1.1 millimeter. So the diameter should be a lot smaller. Suffice to say, both orifices, that I've been installing in the 2 daily foam cannon are a lot smaller than the Greenworks foam cannon orifice. But that doesn't mean in any shape or form that the Greenworks foam cannon is ineffective. If you're using a decent detergent like the Honey Foam, you should be able to get the job done with the Greenworks foam cannon. A 400 ml capacity should be more than enough to get your car washed. The orifice in the Greenworks foam cannon is slightly larger than the default orifice in the 2 daily foam cannon, which is about 1.25 mil. And the trade-off or the pro for the 2 daily is that it's got a variable nozzle as opposed to the Greenworks not having a variable nozzle. A variable nozzle enables a wider spray angle or reach. So I'm pretty much setting up the 2 daily foam cannon, and as soon as I'm done, I'll be changing out the orifice. The 1.25 default orifice in the 2 daily will be swapped with a 1.1 mil orifice that was purchased from the aftermarket. And so this is the 1.1 mil orifice that I'll be swapping into the 2 daily foam cannon. The foam maker, I wouldn't be swapping that in the variable nozzle, but I'll just be changing the 1.1 mil orifice and then taking the 1.25 mil orifice out of the 1/4 inch quick connect. And so if you want to see how the Greenworks foam cannon performs, the 2 daily foam cannon performs, the 1.1 orifice, and the other 5 pressure washer quick connect spray nozzle tips, which I've got in my hands here. If you want to see how they perform, click on the link in the description for the car pressure washer, and it should take you to the video. The red quick connect spray nozzle tip provides a maximum blast, but is rarely used because its spray covers so little area and the force is so high, making it unsafe to use on so many surfaces that it will take forever to clean anything. Do not use this nozzle on soft surfaces like wood, siding, cars. Homeowners should rarely ever use this pressure washer nozzle. There are cases where they prove very useful for removing very tough, caked on mud from construction equipment or rust, or holding at the right distance to remove top stains from high strength concrete. The 15 degrees nozzle is used to prepare surfaces for painting. When used at the right distance, it can be great at removing tough mud and dirt. Say for example from a 4-wheel drive. The green nozzle tip is probably the most common nozzle tip to use around the home. It's great for boat, for your car, for your patio furniture and driveways. It creates a nice white sheet of water. It cleans a great area faster as well. Whereas the white nozzle is low pressure and is great for fragile surfaces like windows and blinds. And lastly, the soaping tip of the black nozzle is special because it not only has the widest degree of 65 degrees, but also a larger orifice. It needs a larger orifice to decrease velocity, thus increasing pressure in the hose. This increase in pressure pulls detergent into the line so you can apply soap to the surface for an easier clean. So I've pretty much disconnected the Greenworks foam cannon from the spray wand. by undoing the spring lock. And if I make a comparison with the Tool Daily foam cannon and the Greenworks foam cannon, if you look at the quarter inch quick connect, you can see that, you know, although they're somewhat similar, they're not exactly the same length, and there is no way that the Tool Daily's foam cannon quarter inch quick connect can fit into the spray one. It's not the same length, so it's pointless using the spring lock to lock it into position. What we're going to do is to take off the spray one from the gun and use an adapter, whereby we can get the quarter inch quick connect from the Tool Daily foam cannon to fit into the gun directly. Okay, so the quarter inch quick connect would have to fit into a quarter inch connector adapter. The orifice size of the nozzle in the Tool Daily foam cannon determines the operating pressure of the machine. As a rule of thumb, the smaller the orifice, the greater the restriction of water flowing through the machine. This causes the pressure to increase. So, choosing a nozzle with too large of an orifice will reduce the operating pressure, and that's why we're substituting the Greenworks for the Tool Daily foam cannon. And to take out the quarter inch quick connect, we will be using the size 17 spanner and using the open-ended spanner to undo the quick connect, so I can have access to the orifice that's, you know, on the inside of the quarter inch quick connect. The quick connect has got a quarter inch that, you know, should subsequently fit into an adapter later on. So I'd make a comparison between this quick connect and the quick connect spray nozzle tips, just one of them, and see if it's about the same size before I purchase my adapter. And you see they're about the same size. They would fit into the quarter inch adapter. So in order to change the orifice from the Tool Daily foam cannon, we're going to use a Phillips screwdriver, slot that in, undo the orifice anti-clockwise, and swap it with the 1.1 millimeter orifice. And when we get it out, we make a comparison between the 1.1 and the 1.25 millimeter orifices, and we can see that, you know, the default orifice that came with the Tool Daily foam cannon is the diameter is slightly larger than the aftermarket 1.1 millimeter orifice. And so when you compare the piggy bank slots and the diameter, you can see clearly on visual inspection that the 1.25 mil orifice is slightly larger than the 1.1 millimeter. If you are quite curious, you can see that the design on the aftermarket 1.1 mil orifice and the 1.25 is very similar to the Greenworks orifice. You know, all you need is a piggy bank slot and the hole diameter on the other side. Okay, so they pretty much replicated the mechanism, you know, from the Greenworks foam cannon. And if you flip the quarter inch quick connect on the quick connect spray nozzle tips, you can see that they're very similar to the orifices that we took out from the Tool Daily foam orifice, as well as the purchased aftermarket 1.1 mil orifice, which I've got here. And so what I can deduce from the mechanism of the way these tips have been constructed is that practically doing the same thing, but I've got, you know, different spray areas they can cover, and, you know, different capacities. That's about it really. And when we talk about capacity, we can, you know, take reference from the Tool Daily foam cannon that's come with an adjustable nozzle. All we need to do is to undo the knob, you know, at the top, and this nozzle here opens up or closes up, you know, and that, you know, spreads the foam or detergent, you know, in various angles. So water basically comes from the pressure washer hose through that orifice, and it pops out through, you know, this variable nozzle from the detergent tank, as opposed to the Greenworks foam cannon, which doesn't have, you know, an adjustable nozzle for its detergent tank. Now that we're pretty much done with the comparisons, we're going to install the 1.1 millimeter orifice into the Tool Daily foam cannon, you know, to provide more power, and then subsequently install the quarter inch quick connect, also ensuring that the orifice is tight by using a Phillips head screwdriver, and that the quarter inch quick connect is tight enough, you know, using the open-ended spanner. Choosing an adapter for the spray gun of your pressure washer requires, visual inspection and due diligence. In order to save yourself time, quality, and cost, so I've disconnected the spray wand from the Greenworks spray gun in this instance. And you see the quarter connect from the spray wand, that's where it goes into. So in place of the spray wand, would be replacing that with an adapter. Now the 1/4 inch foam connector adapter, it's quite similar to the 1/4 inch spray wand. See, they're quite similar, and they go in the same place, but they are not exactly the same. So this is where due diligence is required. And when we measure from the tip, we've got the Bosch adapter. From the tip, it's about 1 centimeter. And when we measure, the 1/4 inch tip for the spray wand is about 1.8 centimeter. And when you measure from the locked keys, the Bosch is about 2.1 centimeter, whereas the spray wand, the 1/4 inch locked key is about roughly 2.6 centimeters. So that tells me straight off that the Bosch would have difficulties in keying into the spray gun of the Greenworks. So this Bosch 1/4 inch Connect may be compatible with maybe Cratcher, Husky, Bosch, Ryobi, Homelight, Power Clean, Plusar, and Power Washer, but it definitely isn't compatible with Greenworks. The spray wand and the Bosch may have the same diameter. Here they may have the same diameter, but the key slots are not the same in the varying length. So you need to be careful, and I'll show you what adapter to get for the Greenworks. So they have both got an outside diameter of 1.1 centimeters, so that's fine. But they vary in the key slots, okay? So the Bosch adapter should key in and fit into the slot, easily, okay? By sticking it in and rotating it, clockwise. So now we will take the spray wand out and try to fit in the Bosch, and you'd see what I mean. So I'm expecting water to gush out from the spray gun, into the Bosch adapter and into the detergent tank. So I'll fit in the Bosch now, and you should see it slots in, but it doesn't key in, because it's not lengthy enough, it's not long enough to push the spring down. That's on the inside of the spray gun nozzle. See, there's a spring on the inside of the spray gun, and the 1/4 inch tip is not long enough to push the spring down. So we need a different type of adapter. Exactly, it should be similar, but the 1/4 inch tip should be longer. This would have been the perfect adapter, because the 1/4 inch quick connect, from the foam cannon goes onto the other side. But the only issue I have with the Bosch adapter is that the 1/4 inch tip is not long enough. And so if you want to slide the 1/4 inch tip, you need to push down this lever, okay, before you slide in the 1/4 inch quick connect, and it should get in relatively easily, okay? And that's how to connect it, as opposed to forcing it through. So despite the fact that it fits to the foam cannon, it doesn't fit into the spray gun, and that's where we have our issue, and that's why we need a different adapter. And that's why it's important to measure. The Bosch adapter is not suited for the Greenworks. So the Neil Fisk Jenny Series Electric Pressure Washer adapter, the 1/4 inch, is more suited, for the Greenworks. The Neil Fisk, which is what I've got here. So you can see I've slotted that in, and it should sit into the spray gun for the Greenworks, And also the other side, if I pull down the blue knob, it should fit to the 1/4 inch quick connect of the Tool Daily foam cannon. So we've just about customized the foam cannon. This isn't the Greenworks foam cannon, this is the Tool Daily foam cannon.